I have closed over $1 million in sales over the last few years, and I've also helped multiple clients go from anywhere between $5,000 to $10,000, $20,000 with their business, all the way up to 30, 40, 50, even $100,000 with their business. All of this by only using one sales system. And this sales system is so ridiculously powerful that it actually should be illegal. Now, before I even get into what this entire sales system is all about, what I want to do first is I want to show you who else is actually using the sales system, just so you can get some context. All of the people that you look up to on YouTube, or some of the most popular influencers and creators and influencers, if you will, are out there, like Iman Gaji, Alex Hormozi, Charlie Morgan, Tony Robbins, Jeremy Miner, TJR, all of them that you see, all the people that you see that are making a lot of money with their online business, with their businesses online, are all using this exact sales system. So you know for a fact that if all of the biggest creators, if all of the biggest business owners are using this exact sales system, you know for a fact that this is going to absolutely crush for you as well. And the biggest problem, the biggest mistake most people make, the most business owners make, is that they assume that people are just going to hop on a sales call from one of their ads or one of their content, and they're just going to pay them $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $10,000. That's not going to happen. It's 2026. The reason that's not going to happen is because everyone and their mothers are selling and offering in 2026. And every single market out there is so saturated. It's so overcrowded that people are not just going to buy from you for simply just clicking one of your ads. It's not going to happen. But the thing you have to understand is that people are still buying. So the only question then becomes is, who are they actually buying from? The people that actually are buying from are the ones that they trust, which means that gone are the days when you're going to just be running one ad, or you're going to be posting a few content here and there. People are going to book a sales call and you're going to expect to close them. Those days are gone. Now you need to make sure that your entire sales system is not optimized for getting a sale. It's optimized for building trust. And that is exactly what this entire sales system is going to do for you. It's going to build so much trust with your prospect before they even hop on a sales call with you, that when they do hop on a sales call with you, they're going to close with little to no objections. Now, you might be wondering, who is this guy just shouting at the camera in a small bedroom in the middle of nowhere? Because that is exactly where I am, in a small bedroom in the middle of nowhere. And yet, I was still able to sign clients for my business using this entire sales system. And these people told me that they decided to work with me versus all of the biggest guys, all of my biggest competitors out there. All of the companies that are making 6 figures, multi-6, 7 figures, 8 figures with their businesses, that are super established, super big, with 1,000 testimonials. These clients that I have, they decided to work with me as a guy in a small bedroom in the middle of nowhere because I took them through this entire sales system. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to play a few clips of me on those sales calls, of me dropping price and them closing without any objections. I'm going to play it right now so you can actually take a look at exactly what I'm talking about. You can see that I'm actually doing what I'm preaching and it's working for me. So you know for a fact that it's going to be working for you as well. When you take your prospects through this entire sales system and then they hop on a sales call with you, they're going to be closing without throwing any objections. Obviously, there's going to be some people who are going to throw an objection no matter what. Some people are just like that, but I'm going to play those clips right now and you can watch those and take a look for yourself. So for that, it is going to be a 110 fee of 10K.
Man, that sounds pretty good. I love it. I like that, Sakib. I really want to do it, man. I guess, yeah, let's just start.
Okay, now that you've seen that this sales system works like magic, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to walk you through this entire sales system, what it looks like, how it can work for your business as well, and how you can use this sales system to be able to start signing clients for your business without receiving any objections. I'm going to go over who exactly this is for. I'm going to talk about the nurturing process, the entire sales system, and also the sales call structure as well. So when you're actually hopping on the sales call, which is the last part of the sales system, you're actually making sure that you're following the proper process, you're following the proper framework so that you're closing the calls without any objections. Because again, you can have all of these things right. They can already trust you a lot, but if you completely fuck up the sales call, they're not going to close it. Now, with that being said, in terms of who this is for service-based business owners or business owners who are running a coaching offer or some sort of info product that are doing anywhere between like 5, 10, 15, 20K, 25K with their businesses. And they want to scale this to 30K to 100K per month with their business. And the reason you need to install this sales system into your business is because no matter how much more ads you run, no matter how much more cold outreach you do, it's going to be completely pointless if your sales system is broken. And I'll tell you why. If your current ads are getting you decent leads and you're like, you know what, I'm getting 100 leads, I'm closing 20 of them, so you have a 20% close rate. You might be like, you know what, that's the industry average, so I'm doing pretty well for myself. But that is exactly what that is, the average. And if you want to be average with your business, then you can just click off this video. Because I'm making this video for people who want to be exceptional in their market. So if you're getting 100 leads and you're closing 20% of them, which is a 20% close rate, that is decent. But what we want to do is we want to optimize for 30%, 40%, 50%, and get a lot more clients from the leads that we currently have instead of doubling down the ad spend or doubling down the outreach. That is going to be my goal with this, where you don't have to spend twice as much money on ads. You don't have to double down on the volume with outreach. You first focus on fixing your sales system so that you're closing more of the people that you already have. Because you're not going to go to the gym, have very bad form with every single exercise, and expect to get jacked. All you're going to do by doing more of the workout with bad form is just speed run to an injury. Same thing with if you have a leaky bucket. The more aggressively you pour water into that bucket, it's not going to fill up more aggressively. If anything, it's just going to leak water more aggressively because there is a leak right there. So same thing with your business as well. Before you start running more ads or put more money on ads or double down on outreach, first fix your sales system first so that when you get more people into your system, you're actually closing a lot more people and making a lot more money. But I've talked about this enough, so I'm going to go straight into the sales system. So you now know who this is for. This is for service-based business owners like my client Joe, like Mate, like Cristobal, like Dalton, like Avery, like Caleb, like Joshua. All of them are service-based business owners or info product / coaching business owners, and they have all used the system to go from 3K per month to 25K per month, from 8K per month to 35K per month. And he got 87K in new sales, which is just crazy. And obviously you can see all these screenshots of them actually talking about how many sales they're making. Dalton got 57K in new sales. Avery got 10 extra closed deals. Caleb went from 30% close rate to 45% close rate. And Joshua went from 8 sales a month to 18 sales a month, all using this exact same system. Now, in terms of what the nurturing process, which is the first step of this entire sales system, what the nurturing process looks like, and this is where you're going to be doing majority of the work. We want to make sure that when someone books a call or before someone books a call, they're already being nurtured so much that they already trust us 70%, 80% of the way before they even hop on a sales call with us. What that's going to look like is if you're doing cold outreach, and let's say you book a call with someone right here. Before they even hop on a call, what we want to be doing is we want to be sending them pre-call videos, obviously, and we want to be sending them case studies and testimonials, obviously, so that we establish authority and we overcome 80% of their objections. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be creating multiple videos that are going to address their most prominent objections that you might receive on the sales call. Maybe it's, this is too expensive. Maybe it's, I need to think about it. Maybe it's, I need to speak to my partner. Whatever you can imagine the objections are going to be. Maybe it can be something about your product as well. Whatever all the possible objections are, you're going to be creating a video about that. Maybe it's 3 minutes long, 5 minutes long, 10 minutes long, whatever. You're going to be creating a video about all of that, answering or directly addressing the objection, and also talking about all the things that raise your status. So all the people that you've worked with, all of the clients you've helped, all the money you've made other people, all the people you've helped lose weight, like whatever you're selling, you're just going to increase your status. You're going to elevate your status, but you're also going to be talking about all the results you've gotten as well. And you're going to be addressing most of their common objections. When you have a couple of those videos and you send those to them before the sales call and make it mandatory that they're going to have to watch these videos before they hop on a call, they're already spending so much time with you and they're already getting all these questions in their mind answered that when they hop on a sales call with you, they're already 80% there. They already trust you 80%, 90% of the way. So on the sales call, it's all about just not fucking up the sales call from that point on and making sure you're getting a sale without any objections. The reason we're doing this is because most business gurus, they talk about, oh, you're going to have 5 to 7 touch points before someone decides to buy from you. This is why if you're expecting someone to just watch one of your ad or watch one of your content or watch one of your go through one of your cold outreach process to hop on a sales call with you and close on the second touch point or the third touch point, it's not going to happen. And you can't expect someone to actually do that. It might happen very rarely, but it's not going to happen consistently. This is why we're creating multiple videos. This is why we're sending all of these to the prospects before they hop on a sales call with us, because they're going to watch all of these videos and all of these videos count as touch points. So the more videos they watch, the more time they spend with us, the more touch points we're getting with them, the more they already trust us. So by the time they're hopping on the sales call, they've already had 5 to 7 touch points with our company, with us as a person. So when they hop on a sales call, they already trust us a lot more, and now they're very open to buying from us. Again, like I said, in 2026 and moving forward, everyone is selling something. Everyone is selling an offer, and people are still buying, but they're buying from the people that they actually trust. They're buying from the people that are actually using the sales system and taking prospects through this entire thing before they hop on a sales call. So it is our job to make sure we take them through the exact same thing so that they trust us a lot more before they hop on a sales call with us. Imagine this. If, let's say, Alex Hermosi's team or Iman Gaji's team or Charlie Morgan's team, if you hopped on a sales call with one of their team, it is very likely you're going to close. And the reason for that is because you've been watching so much of their YouTube content or Instagram content or whatever that you already trust them a lot more. You already see them as the authority. You already know that they can solve your business problem. So when you hop on a sales call with them, chances are, more often than not, you're not going to throw any objection and you're going to close right then and there. This is the exact same thing we're trying to do with our prospects as well, where they watch our content, they watch a lot of our videos, they spend more time with us virtually so that they can see that we are the experts in our field, and they eventually trust us as well. So obviously have pre-call videos addressing their most common objections, elevating your status, talking about all the people you've helped, and also talking a bit about your process as well. Because one thing we also want to make sure is we send them a few videos that directly solves a small pain point for them. So before they hop on a sales call with you, if let's say one of their pain points is that they cannot lose 10 pounds of muscle, or they cannot lose 10 pounds of fat, and you have one video that talks exactly about how to lose 10 pounds of fat without any grueling workout or without having to sacrifice your favorite food, and you send them one of those videos, and that video is just a banger video, and they watch that before they hop on the sales call, now they already trust you a lot more because they see you as the expert. They see you as a person who has the solution to their problem. If they watch that before they hop on a sales call, plus all of the other pre-call videos that we just talked about, and case studies and testimonials, you best believe they're going to hop on the sales call and they're going to close without any objections. So that is what we do when it comes to cold outreach. If you're doing cold outreach, you book a call with them, you send them the pre-call videos, you send them, you solve one of their problems for them, and you send them the case studies and testimonials so that they watch all of these. And again, you have to emphasize the fact that they need to watch these. If they don't watch this, the call is going to be canceled. They're following your system, your process. If they don't follow your process, they're not going to be able to hop on a call with you. You need to emphasize that they need to be watching these. If they don't, the call is going to be canceled. If they show up to the call without watching any of these videos, they're going to have to reschedule. There's no way in hell that if they have a problem and they want our solution, they're not going to go through our process. They have to do it. They have to watch the videos, and then they're going to have to show up to the call. That's just how it works. You're gonna have to really emphasize that point. Then we have ads or content. So if you're running ads or if you're posting some sort of content, the first thing that I do want to talk about is the type of content that actually builds authority, the type of content that actually gets you sales calls and helps you close without any objections. The two types of content that I've seen over and over again that gets you sales calls but also helps you close deals without any objections. And I'm speaking from personal experience here. So trust me on this. It's demonstration content and authority content. What demonstration content is all about is basically when you're demonstrating that you're actually doing what you're preaching. So let's say I'm in the sales market, right? I talk about how I help people with sales. I help them close a lot more deals. I help them with the sales system, and I just basically help them make a lot more money by selling more. When I'm making these demonstration content and I'm showing people the live Zoom calls, the live sales calls of me actually closing deals, people can see that I'm not just all talk. I'm actually doing the things that I'm preaching, and people are actually seeing me close deals live. Close $10,000 deals, and you can see it's like a $9,000 deal here, $9,000 deal here as well. When people see that I'm actually closing deals, I'm actually doing what I'm preaching, they trust me a lot more. And they want me to help them close similar deals as well. They want to be able to close $5,000, $10,000, $9,000 deals too. So when they see me do that, they're like, hey, Zakir, can you help me do the same as well? And then when I hop on a sales call with them, they already trust me. They already see me as the expert because of these calls, because of these content, and I close them without any objections. That is the first type. This is demonstration content. Alex Hormozi does the same thing with his YouTube channel as well, where he makes those videos where he's like building a $12 million business for a stranger in 60 minutes or whatever. And those videos is basically where he's demonstrating his expertise. He's actually showing people that he does this for a living, that he can actually scale people's business to 10 million, 12 million, 15 million, 20 million, whatever. His avatar, his ICP of business owners that are making multiple millions of dollars. When they see Hormozi build someone else's business up to 10 million, 20 million dollars in 60 minutes, they're like, you know what? This guy knows what he's doing. I want his help as well, so I'm going to reach out to him because I can see that he's actually doing what he's preaching. Same thing in a fitness niche as well, where these videos where someone is actually showing the workout in the gym in terms of how to do it, the proper form, like what kind of workouts to do, that is demonstration content. That builds a lot of trust. That shows that you are the expert in your market. And when people hop on sales calls with you after watching a bunch of these videos, they're already pre-sold, because they already see you as the expert. Next type of content you can create is called authority content. These are basically just general talking head videos or some other type of videos where you're just talking and just giving value, just giving pure value out there for the sake of it. So again, me in the sales market, I'm making these videos as authority content. Hormozi with his normal YouTube videos, those are authority content. In a fitness niche, like these normal talking head videos can be authority content as well. And these are content that you can also create and send as your pre-call videos. So when I talked about sending a few videos that solves a few of their pain points for them before the sales call to establish authority, you can be sending these videos. And these are going to perfectly establish yourself as the authority. These are going to build incredible amounts of trust with your prospect so that when they hop on a sales call, after watching these videos, you can expect them to be closing without any objections. So if you're running ads or you're doing some sort of content, you're posting content, you can obviously like create one of those content where it's like comment a keyword, and I'm going to send you some sort of asset. So let's say you do that. Let's say someone comments a specific word, you send them the resource. Whatever resource you're sending them is when you're basically solving one of their smaller pain points for them. So when you actually have a really, really good resource, and this is the key point, your resource needs to actually be really good. So when someone comments a keyword and you send them a resource that solves one of their biggest pain points for them, it gives them a solution. That builds trust. That creates credibility. So you're bringing them one step closer to actually closing without any objection. If you keep doing that over and over again, you create a content, they opt in, they fill out a lead form, let's say, to with their emails, with their numbers, and they give you some information about their business, and you send them the asset that solves their problem. Once they book a call with you, and they're also getting the pre-call video and the case studies and testimonials like we just talked about here, they have spent so much time with us already. They have watched so much of our content so far. They can see that we are clearly the expert. They have spent time with us virtually. Now when they hop on a call with us, they trust us a lot more. Compare this to someone just running a cold ad, or someone just creating one piece of content, booking some sales calls from there, and then that person hopping in a sales call without watching any of these videos. That is not going to close. That person is never going to close. And if for whatever reason he is considering buying, he's going to throw a ton of objections. And instead, when you take someone through this entire process and then they book a call with you and they've watched all of these videos and they still watch the pre-call videos and they watch the case studies and testimonials, you establish authority, you establish yourself as the expert, as someone who's credible, and you overcome 80% of their objections, maybe 90%, maybe even 100%. So when they then actually show up to the sales call with you, they're going to be closing no matter what. Obviously, before the sales call, make sure that you have the call reminder set up. Make sure you're confirming them on the day off, just to make sure you have proper show up as well. And this is basically a call reminder template that I have where I send them a text message the day before and I send them a text message on the day off. If they don't respond to my text messages, then I'm going to call them an hour before the meeting just to make sure that the call is still confirmed. But if these people are actually showing up and they've watched all of these things that we just talked about, they are going to be closing no matter what. And again, this is the exact sales system that I use for myself and my clients. This is the exact sales system that these people that I just showed you Joe, 3K per month to 25K per month, 8K per month to 35K per month, 87K new sales, 57K new. All of these people have used this exact sales system to be able to scale their business from 5K per month to 30K, 40K, 50K, 60K, or even 100K per month. This is the exact sales system all of your favorite gurus and creators are using as well to be able to consistently sell a lot of deals every single day. Forget month, every single day. The reason you trust and look up to these creators is because they're actively using this sales system on you. And so am I. This entire video is me taking you through this entire sales system so that you eventually see that I'm actually providing a lot of value. You see that I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm talking about, and you become one of my clients. That is my entire plan. I'm giving you so much value for free. I'm making you spend more time with me with the demonstration and the authority content that you're like, you know what? This guy knows what he's talking about. And I want to scale my business from 5K per month to 30K, 40K, 50K, 100K per month as soon as possible. And I know Sakib can help him with that. That is exactly what I'm doing right now, because I know for a fact that when you become one of my clients, I'm going to be able to help you build this entire sales system into your business, help you with the sales call process as well right here. And you're going to be eventually taking your business from anywhere between 5 to 20K per month, wherever you're at right now, all the way up to 30K, 40K, 50K, or even 100K per month. But more on that later. Let's resume back into the sales system. Once people are going to your content and they've commented a keyword, let's say someone didn't eventually end up booking a call. If they don't book a call, that's not a problem. If you have an appointment setter, or if you're setting by yourself, go to the entire setting process, take them through that, qualify them if they're already qualified, then book them a call. If they're not qualified, then obviously keep them in a long-term nurture sequence where they're watching your YouTube videos, they're watching your Instagram content, they're watching your case studies and all this good stuff, and they eventually become so warm that when they do have the money or when they're more qualified, they're going to be reaching back out to you because you're the person that they trust. Again, 2026 going onwards, you need to optimize your sales system for trust and not for sales. People are only going to be buying from other people that they trust. So do this entire thing. That is basically the entire nurturing process in play. Now, the next thing is the entire sales system, which again, like I just showed you, it's basically this entire thing. So what we do now is once we've done all of these things and the prospect has actually showed up to the sales call. Now is basically when it's our turn to make sure we don't fuck up the sales call and we just close the deal, take it to the finish line, collect the payment for $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, whatever you charge. On the sales call, we're basically going through 5 stages, which is going to be the intro, the discovery, the recap, the offer, the objections. I'm not going to go into intro or recap because these are very self-explanatory. So just use your best judgment for the intro and the recap. Intro is basically saying, hi, hello, how are you doing? This is basically what's going to happen on the call. Recap is whatever they've told you in the discovery. You just recap that just to make sure you heard everything right. Now, when it comes to the discovery, what most business owners do wrong is they only focus on asking questions that gives them some sort of pain points. And if you're just doing this, that is exactly the reason why you're going to be going on to the later part of the sales call. And all you're going to hear is, I need to think about it, or this is too expensive, or some other excuse or some other objection that is not, let's get started. And the reason that happens is because most business owners and most salespeople hop on sales calls and they only identify the pain points. They don't amplify it. They don't add consequences to not solving it. And this is what I call my IAC method, which is you identify the pain point, you amplify it, and you show the prospect the consequences of not solving the pain point. Because here's the thing. Pain is only realized when consequences are felt. I'm going to say that again. Pain is only realized when consequences are felt, which means that you can ask the prospect all of the pain questions, all of the questions that gives you pain points. But if the prospects don't see the consequences of not solving that pain point, they're not going to have any real urgency to be able to actually solve this pain point. So what we need to do is, with the discovery process, we need to have 7 things that we need to find. The first things we need to find out are why. We need to figure out why they're even on the sales call with us. So let's say they're like, you know what? The reason I'm hopping on the sales call with you is because I'm trying to solve my lead gen. I'm trying to solve my lead gen issue, or I'm trying to lose 10 pounds of fat, or whatever. We're trying to understand why they even hop on the sales call with us so that we're able to customize our solution to them. That is the first thing. Second thing we need to understand is their current situation. And this is where basically most business owners go wrong, because again, they only ask questions that gives them pain point, but they don't amplify those and they don't add consequences to not solving those. So what we need to do is we need to identify, we need to amplify by asking what happens. So let's say someone is struggling with lead gen, right? In order for us to amplify their problem, and someone is only getting clients with referrals, all we ask is, what happens if referrals stop coming in? How do you keep the business running? How do you keep making money? How do you keep getting revenue? And they're going to tell you that they don't have any plans of getting clients if referrals stop coming in. That is pain point. Then you can further ask them, okay, what happens if you don't have money coming into the business? How do you pay your bills? They're going to tell you that they don't have any idea. That is pain point. You just amplify their pain point. And then once you have amplified it, then we need to add consequences. We need to show them the consequences of what happens if they don't solve this problem. Because pain is not felt until consequences are realized. I will give you the perfect example. If let's say you have a loved one who's in the hospital and you need to come up with $50,000 to pay their medical bills, that is your pain. You currently don't have the $50,000. If someone wanted to amplify the pain for you, someone would ask you, what happens if you're not able to come up with the $50,000? You're going to be like, oh shit, if I don't come up with $50,000, I am not going to be able to pay for my loved one's medical bills. That is someone amplifying the pain for you. Now, you're still not going to be taking action unless you understand the consequences of the pain point, which is not coming up with $50,000. The consequences of not coming up with $50,000 is that you're not going to be able to pay the medical bills and your loved one is going to die. That is the consequence. Now you have a lot more urgency to actually come up with 50K because you saw that if you don't, there are genuine consequences, which is your loved one is going to die. if you don't come up with the $50,000. That is exactly what we need to be doing with our prospects as well. Instead of having just a normal friendly conversation where we're asking them some questions, we're getting some pain points here and there, and then we're making our offer to which they're going to give you throw you an objection, and they're not going to buy from you. Instead of doing that, we need to be identifying their pain points, we need to be amplifying them, and we need to show them the consequences of what happens if they don't solve this problem as soon as possible. That's step number 2, which is their current situation. Number 3 is we need to find out time. Time as in how long this problem has been going and how long have they been thinking about getting a solution or buying a solution to solve this problem. If they tell you that, you know what, this has been a problem for 6 months, all you have to do is, okay, well, in that case, if this has been a problem for 6 months, just help me understand here. What have you done in this 6 months to be able to solve this problem? If they tell you that they haven't done anything, why not? They might tell you something like, you know what, I thought I was going to be able to solve this problem by myself, or all other solutions or all other programs or courses or coaching or services are too expensive. Whatever they tell you in terms of why they've spent so much time not solving this problem is going to be number 4, which is going to be pre-handling. Because whatever they tell you, maybe it's, oh, all the other solutions were too expensive, or, oh, I thought I was going to be able to do it myself. Whatever they tell you, that is the exact same thing, the exact same objection they're going to throw at the end of your call as well. So that is why we need to be finding out what stopped them from purchasing a solution in the past. Whatever they tell you, that is exactly what we need to pre-handle right there and then as well. Because we want to make sure that we pre-handle this here, and we show them that way of thinking that they can do this by themselves, or thinking that all other solutions are expensive, that way of thinking is exactly what caused this problem for them in the first place. Is exactly why they have not been able to solve this problem yet. And if they want to be able to solve this problem, they have to adopt a different way of thinking. This is where we need to pre-handle any and all of the potential objections they might have, so that they don't have any at the end of the call, and we can close them without any objection. Which brings us to number 5, which is going to be the goal. This is self-explanatory, where we try to find out where they want to go, what their goal is, and all the good stuff, because we already know their current situation. Now we want to know what their desired situation is. Once we know that, then we need to ask them, we need to show them the cost of inaction. If they've been having this problem for 6 months, let's say, what was the cost of inaction? What happened because you didn't take action for 6 months? If you're selling some sort of make money lead gen offer, let's say you help people with getting more leads. If they haven't solved this problem for 6 months and you could have gotten them 4 clients per month, then over the span of 6 months, that's 24 clients. If they're charging, let's say, $1,000 to the bare minimum, that's $24,000 that they've missed out on by not getting a solution 6 months ago. That is the cost of inaction. So show them the math, walk them through exactly how much money they've lost in terms, like, by not getting a solution in the past. If you don't sell any sort of like direct ROI money offer, then you can show them what the cost of inaction was by not taking action 6 months ago. If you're selling some sort of, let's say, weight loss offer, by not losing weight 6 months ago, summer is coming in a couple months. You're not going to be able to lose weight by summer. So if you did that 6 months ago, you would be shredded in the beach right now, or during the summer. But you're not going to be able to do it this summer because you didn't take action 6 months ago. Show them the cost of inaction. And then once you've done that, that brings us to the 7th thing, which is urgency. Why do we solve this problem now? You haven't solved this 6 months ago. So what makes now a better time for you to actually take action compared to 6 months ago? Let them tell you why now is the perfect time for them to actually take action. And then once they have told you that, once you have found the answer to all 7 of these things, that is when you have conducted a very proper discovery. Once you're done with that, then obviously you go into your recap, you recap everything that they just told you, and you talk about your offer. Now, with the offer part, one of the biggest mistakes most business owners make is that they talk about what they do and not how they can solve the prospect's problem. I'll repeat that again. What most business owners do and salespeople do is they talk about what they do and not how they can solve the prospect's problem. And as a result, the prospect looks at your product and they don't see the correlation in terms of how your product, how the features and benefits of your product solve their problem. They don't see the value. They don't see the correlation. And as a result, towards the end of the call, they're going to be like, you know what, guys? I need to think about this. This is probably not the right fit for me. What we need to be doing is we need to be matching. Like, remember those like children's book where you have different objects here and the names of the objects and you just match the correct ones? That is exactly what we need to do with their pain points and every single component of our product or service. So if, let's say, there's 4 components that we have with our product or service, and they mention, let's say, four pain points, then we show them how, you mentioned that you have like pain point number 1, right? That is exactly why we have solution number 1 with which we're going to be able to help you with pain point number 1. And you also mentioned that you're struggling with pain point number 2 as well. That is why we have solution number 2 that is going to exactly solve pain point number 2 for you. And we need to be showing them how every single component of our product or service solves every single one of their pain points as well. This way, they're going to be like, you know what? This product or service is exactly what I'm looking for because this solves every single one of the pain points that I have so far. That is how you make the prospect feel like they have found the perfect solution to their problem. And this only can happen once you've conducted a proper discovery and you've found out all 7 of these things as well. Once you have done that, you're not going to receive objections. I'm telling you that once you have done all of these things and you have taken them through this entire sales system, you are not going to be receiving any objections on your sales calls. Yes, there's going to be some people, some outliers who are going to throw an objection no matter what. They're just like that. But most of the times, once someone has gone through this entire sales system and you have conducted this proper sales call, they're not going to throw objections at you. I'm telling you this because I've done the same thing myself. I've been able to sign clients and people decided to work with me versus the industry giants versus my biggest competitors who are making 7 figures with their business, 8 figures with their business. The reason my clients decided to work with me is because I've taken them through this entire system and they feel like they could trust me a lot more when they hop in the sales call with me. You've seen the call recordings that I played at the beginning of this video. where people paid me without any objections. That is exactly what's going to happen with you as well, with your prospects, with your clients, when you take them through this entire sales system and you conduct a very proper sales call as well. Now, for those people that are going to throw an objection no matter what, for those, I'm going to be making a lot more videos about objection handling, specifically with every single objection. Make sure you're subscribed and you're keeping an eye out on my new videos every single day, because I'm going to be posting a lot more objection handling videos every single day as well. But with that being said, that is the entire sales system in play that's going to help you close a lot more deals, make 30, 40, 50K, or even 100K per month with your business, and close a lot more deals without any objections on your sales calls. Now, action steps for you. The first thing that I want you to do is I want you to create a couple of objection crushing videos. Again, this is basically for this part of the sales system, the pre-call videos, where you need to anticipate, you need to understand every single objection that a potential client might have on the sales call for you. Once you know all of that, then you're going to be able to create multiple videos, or maybe even one big video, and overcome every single one of those objections, and also show and elevate your status on these videos. Show case studies, show testimonials, show the prospects that you are the expert in your authority and you're going to be able to solve their problem. Make them trust you before they hop on the sales call. That is the first thing. Next thing we do is we collect and organize all testimonials. So again, make sure that you have all of your testimonials and case studies in place so you can send that over to them before they hop on the sales call. Make sure that they watch all of these things before they even hop on the sales call with you, because this sales system is going to be useless if you're sending all of these and they're not watching any of these. So you need to make it a point that they need to watch all of these before they hop on the sales call with you. If they don't, you either cancel the call or you reschedule. These need to be watched before they even hop on a sales call with you. Third thing you need to do is you need to start creating demonstration content. If you're not already creating demonstration content like we just talked about here, you need to start creating it, because demonstration content is the easiest way you show your audience and you show your prospect that you are about it, that you are actually doing what you're preaching and you're getting results with it. And when other people see that you're making all of these bold claims, but you're also able to back it up with your content and you're actually showing them that you're actually doing what you're talking about and you're getting results with it, people are going to trust you a lot more. They're going to want to buy from you and they're going to want the same results you're getting as well. So if you're not already doing it, start posting demonstration content as well. The fourth thing is set up your call reminders. Obviously, you can have the entire sales system in place, but if they don't even show up, it's useless, right? Because the last part of the sales system is a sales call. If they don't even show up at the sales call where you actually make the sale, it is completely useless. So set up your call reminders as well. I obviously have the template over here, so you can just copy and paste this, or you can come up with your own. That's not a problem. But set up your call reminders. And the fifth call to action is book a call with me and my team. There's going to be a link in the description of our Calendly link, with which you're going to be able to book a call with me and my team. So if you're a service-based business owner, or you run a coaching business or an info product business, and you're making anywhere between 5K per month to 20K per month, and want to scale to 30, 40, 50, or even 100K per month with your business without having to spend more money on ads, or without having to double down on cold outreach or post more content and all that good stuff, book a call with me and my team. Click on the link in the description, and we're going to see if we can build out this entire sales system into your business and make sure your sales call is super optimized so that you are closing a lot more clients without receiving any objection on your sales call as well. So click on the link in the description, book a call with us, and I'll see you on the other side.